I think you all are well because 2 days earlier we have met here on my introduction class that what is democracy and why democracy. Today also myself in front of you to explain the link and continuing of the same chapter, why democracy and why democracy is required. Before that, children, I am always wishing you, as well as I think pray the God for whole world, because nowadays the pandemic COVID-19 is spreaded not only India, throughout the country. It is very dangerous. Any may suffer. Here, no difference between a poor people as well as a rich people. In past 80 days, I have seen many places all are in a queue having a bag for rice, wheat, bread and other livelihood items for their life. So children, you also be at home, take care, improve your ability, improve your immunity, enjoy as well as increase your skills at home also. Nowadays, unfortunately, we are not in classes like earlier classes. This is the need of the situation as well as this is the demand of the situation. On that demand, myself on the screen, and I want to explain the things. I hope students you like my points, and finally I am concluding these things by the words: be safe, be home, take care yourself as well as adult parents of your family as well as minor children of your family, and take care of your other friends and relatives. So now I'm going to start the chapter, what is democracy and why democracy. I am sure that on my first class you have enjoyed well. I have asked different type of questions. I have explained different type of topics. Time is less. Due to that, I am explaining the main headings of the chapters. So, children, you today also try to better understand my topic. So, well, students, now you alert and listen the lesson. Thank you. So first of all, children, why democracy is required in a democratic country? Democratic country is such a country in which all citizens are free, no exploitations at all. They have their equality, they have their freedom, they have their speech, they have expressions, they can move throughout the country, they can reside and settlement in any part of the country, they can enjoy full and enjoy. But you think the another side, if there is no democracy, then scene is automatically changed. What are the facilities you are getting in that? In this point, you are not going to get it. Your life is struggling. You are always afraid of the administration. You have no freedom, no speech, no expression, no movement. You always have to follow the rules and regulations, and that is very strictly. In non-democratic systems, there is no any chances of to correct the mistakes. But in democratic systems, there is a chances of to correct the mistakes, and we are getting the facilities. For that purpose, in our country, Supreme Court committing any mistakes in the country. Taking time, witness, and finally try to give a better decision in favor of that fellow. This is the liberalism. This is the freedom. So I finally said that this democratic system is best democratic system in the world. On election day, the country is democratic, then freely, after completing the age of 18 years, a particular constituency, and that rulers are sit in parliament and think about ourselves. So children, we need the democracy. This democratic system is the best system in the world. So every countries today want to be a democratic country. Face different type of difficulties in their day-to-day life. So on that ground, I am checking some points and the points of merits of democracy. Merits of democracy in this. The first my point is better than other government. Here I may compare the democratic government as well as the non-democratic government. You know, in democratic government everything is good, better, comfortable, enjoyable. But on the other hand, while in non-democratic country there is always exploitation, rules, regulation, dictatorship, monarchical system. Okay, king is there, queen is there, army ruler is there to rule on you. So it merits the democracy is better than other forms of the government. So it is the best one. On my second point is the consultation and discussion. In democratic system, in a democratic country, there is always a scope of the consultation and different type of discussions. While any issues, the burning issue of our country is in front of the parliament, in front of the members of our government, then they are always thinking, they are taking public opinions, they are consulting, or always they are sitting and having the meeting and finally meet the cabinet. After all consultation, what are the final decisions? And that is coming by all the public opinion, all the members of the countries, and then that point should be discussed and finalized the cabinet. The word cabinet means that special office that is important members, the important etc. So finally they are taking, after all consultations and discussions, going to implement the law. But again here question arises, it may also not good for the country. This is not helpful for the citizen of our country. There may a lot of problems arises because India is a big country. India is a democratic country. Here the role of oppositions is very strong, and the oppositions may ask the questions, they may raise the questions. Then after, in this system, again there is second opinion, third opinion, and then after one more important rule, and that is called as the amendment. The word amendment means change the old rules and regulations and formulate the new one which is better for the country. So students, our democracy is the best democratic systems. There is a scope of consultation and discussions in the country. My third point is the peaceful solutions. A lot of problems are arises in our country, in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life and different parts of the country. You can quote the case of Jammu and Kashmir, you can quote the border with China, we can quote the border of Nepal, we can quote the border of Pakistan. But according to non-aligned movement was established in 1961 by Jawaharlal Nehru and other members. The non follow the peaceful way by which we can talk, discuss, and then after adopt a peaceful method. There is no violent method at all. And Jawaharlal Nehru insisted in that non-aligned movement that all decisions should be taken by peaceful manner and coexistence. And this is the main point of Security Council also. Security Council also playing the same role to maintain what? Peace. To maintain coexistence. Love each other. There is no war, no military system. So here always going to take the decisions of the borders a peaceful decision. As well as there is a lot of situations arises in our country, different states, on different issues started by different pressure groups, and that is the civil war type problem, that is the local problem, and it is the duty and responsibility of the local government, local administration took care of the matter and finally give such a solution that should be better for all, and the decision should be in a peaceful manner, no violent methods at all. So here there is a scope of, here there is a chance of, here there is a place of to adopt the methods in peaceful manner. My fourth point is the dignity of each and citizens. We born free. We born free, but everywhere in chain. We born free, but everywhere in chain. Everywhere in chain means we always are inside the rules and regulations. Then after, in democratic systems, we are getting different type of facilities, different type of privileges, fundamental rights, and here our dignity, our prestige is also very much important in the country, because when we try to maintain the dignity, it is given by the fundamental rights, and that dignity, that is the political rights, each and every individual of the country, irrespective of a lot of differences like caste, like color, religion, dresses, habits, regionalism, languages, then after all have only one political rights, and that we can use on the election day. And this is the most important dignity provided by the country to all citizens, whether we are poor, whether we are rich, or we belongs to any family, it doesn't matter. We all have such freedoms to all. So, next, my continuing point is, I have explained a lot of points in favor of the democracy, and that is required and that is best. But some questions also arises. There may be some lag also in this democratic system. In democratic system, different type of political parties, they are joined together and form the government. On that ground, my point is the instability. The word instability means there is no stable decision, no stable or permanent government if any problems in between those competitors, the electoral competitors in the country, because they belongs to different political parties and different areas, and they have different issues. So they are fighting on these grounds for their issues, and finally a lot of problems have been started in the parliament, and the final decision and final conclusion is not coming. Due to that, there is a instability systems in the country. But India is such a country, it is big country, we always need to be a stable government, a permanent government. There is no frequent changing. If the government is not working, here is a provision of change the government. It is not good, because it is the wastage of money and natural resources of our country, and that is given by only the we citizens of our country. So the demerits is like that. In non-democratic, in this system, there is instability in the country. Again, here there is no scope of morality, moral decisions, moral views cannot be considered on these grounds. Here always the reality on personal issues, personal areas issues, we cannot grant it in these systems. As well as meaningless discussions in the country. There is different type of people, they are living in different areas, different issues, and they are always busy in talking and criticizing the ruling government, and sometimes their talks are very meaningless, discussions are meaningless, and it is many times happens in parliament session is going on, and a lot of meaningless discussions are there, and finally no decision, and then the parliament adjourned. For sometimes it may suspend it because on different issues, there is many chances of fighting in that, and this is also possible in democratic system. So meaningful discussions are coming in the picture. So children, it is also not good for the systems. Next point is based on the electoral competitions. India is a democratic country. Here is a freedom to participate and contest the election after a prescribed and eligible is by the citizen of our country, and they are contesting in the elections, and they always try to win the seat. On that ground, a lot of problems in between these political leaders, and they have different type of issues in it. On that ground, sometimes they are criticizing each other, they are defaming each other, and they are always trying to have a electoral competitions in those areas. They are giving different type of promises in front of the citizen of that particular constituency prescribed by the election commission. So that is also not good, because while they are sitting in parliament also and taking the important decisions of the country, and they have arrogant, there is a problem in between them. In these situations, they cannot take the better decision. So, because all candidates, they try to dominate each other. In this system, it is also not good for a democratic country. And finally, it is not a magical solution. It is not a magical solution. Democratic system is good. Democratic system is better. It is comfortable. Everything is there, but cannot give a magical solution, cannot give decisions in one day. For that purpose also, the rulers of our country, they will take time, discussions, public opinion, views, collecting views from the social medias and from the different places, and then try to adopt any point which is favorable to the country. Magical solutions means one day solution, 1 minute solution. It is not possible, because here there is the words like the government is responsible, the government is accountable, the government is answerable. So they will take the time, think, and then finally adopt any rules and regulations. Again, if chances of problem arises, then here it is scope of to correct the mistakes time to time. In democratic system, there is always the scope of to correct the mistake, and then after try next time to adopt a better and comfortable rules and regulations. So children, I might show here you may understand all my points about the why democracy is required, some points of merits as well as some points of demerits. A lot of questions also arises in your mind that which is good, but in my democratic system is the best system, whether it may. There is a lot of discussions, there is a lot of solutions, there is a lot of choices to each and every individual of the country. There is a chance of liberalism, there is a chance of public opinion, there is a chance of actively participate in the functions of the government. Again important, cooperate the government. Again it is important because while you getting the freedoms, it does not mean that you can misuse those freedom in wrong sense. If you are using your all points in wrong sense, then it may create other problems in the country. So finally I came to a conclusion that we need the democratic system, and this is the best system in the world. Again I am quoting the same line of Abraham Lincoln. Sir, Abraham Lincoln, that government is the best government where the best democratic systems. Thank you, one and all.